What's up, guys? Today we're covering go-arounds or rejected landings. Here are the objectives for the lesson. We're going to develop the student knowledge of go-arounds, understand the importance of making the decision, develop the ability to quickly reconfigure to accomplish the go-around, and we need to perform these maneuvers in accordance with the ACS or the PTS. And when I say the ACS and the PTS, what I'm talking about here is the Airman Certification Standard or the Pilot Testing Standard. Now, here are the elements that we're going to cover today while talking about going around. We're going to talk about the situations when a go-around may be necessary, how to make a prompt decision to go around, the cardinal principles of a go-around, climb out, and then communication or comms. The key elements I want you to take away from this are power, attitude, and configuration, and we'll get into those and what we mean by that here in a second. So first of all, what is a go-around? So anytime we are coming into land, I like to think of it as I'm going to go practice a go-around. And if I happen to land, great. Basically, it means that I'm going to go do a low approach over the runway, decide, hey, you know what, I'm not going to complete this landing, and then go around. By the way, I apologize. My cat is talking. So if you guys hear my cat, I apologize for that. So a go-around is essentially when you decide to abort a landing and go around. And like I said, you should be approaching go-arounds as just another tool in your tool bag. It shouldn't be an emergency procedure. It should just be a normal thing that you go and practice. Now, when might you need to execute a go-around? Well, anytime that the landing doesn't look assured, anytime that your landing looks like it's not going to be smooth and buttery, if you got a strong crosswind, if there's a bird in the middle, on the glide slope, if another aircraft taxis onto the runway and you decide, oh, I need to go around, if basically anything that you identify is going to make a landing unsafe, you should go around. And so a common error is failure to recognize that and make that decision. Now, are go-arounds inherently dangerous? No. They should be a regular maneuver that you do, that you go out and practice. The danger comes from delaying the decision to go around. Basically, anytime you can make the decision early, it's better than trying to force the landing and then try to go around at the last minute. The biggest error in go-arounds is delaying that decision to go around until it's too late. Now let's talk about the cardinal principles of a go-around. There's power, attitude, configuration, and we want to talk about inertia. As we're coming to land, we should be in a stabilized approach configuration, maybe flaps down, gear down, 500 feet per minute rate of descent, pitch, power, trim, hands off. You should be very comfortable and settled into your landing configuration. If you're not, go around. And the way we do that is we apply takeoff power or full power and pitch for a climb attitude. We want to get enough airflow so that we can pitch for our VY or our best rate of climb, and then configure the aircraft so that it is configured for a climb out. Now, because of our inertia, an object in motion wants to stay in motion and an object in rest wants to stay at rest unless acted upon by an outside force. The aircraft's going to want to continue doing what you have it configured to do. So you're going to have to overcome that inertia. So add power, get some airspeed, pitch for your best climb speed, pull your flaps up incrementally, get your gear up, clean it up, and then climb out. Now, some common errors when going around are improper control inputs. So you might be too aggressive with the throttle, or you might yank back on the yoke to try to climb up. Everything is smooth in aviation. Everything is calm. You shouldn't be making abrupt inputs at any point, really, in aviation. Now, this is what it should look like. You're basically coming in to land, apply takeoff power. So you make the decision to go around, apply takeoff power, adjust your pitch, and then establish a climb, bring your flaps up incrementally, raise your gear, bring up your flaps completely, and then climb out. Now, your climb out should be just a regular climb out. There's nothing inherently different from a climb out from a regular takeoff to compared to a go around. The one thing that you do need to do a little different is offset to the right. Madness. Offset to the right so that you can avoid any upwind traffic. For example, if you notice that an aircraft is departing as you are trying to land, it might be best to get out of his way. And do you want to offset to the left if it's standard traffic? No, because that's going to put you right into the path of the downwind traffic. So you offset to the right. You want to offset so you're not in the way of the runway, you're not in the way of any upwind traffic, and you're not in the way of any downwind traffic as well. So that's why we offset to the right. Now, some common errors when performing the go-around and on the upwind, on the climb out, is inability to maintain proper track or failure to maintain proper track. So make sure you are flying runway heading, and failure to clear any obstacles. Be aware of 50-foot up that 50-foot obstacle at the edge of the run at the end of the runway, and that should come into play when you're planning your route. You should be aware of what's the situation at the airfield, at the end of the runway, etc. Now, communication. Remember, aviate, navigate, communicate. Fly the plane first. Don't try to communicate when you're still configuring to climb out. So get the plane configured, get your pitch set, power set, trim set, hands off the controls. When you are comfortable, figure out where you're going next. Am I turning crosswind? Am I climbing? Whatever I'm doing. And then finally communicate. Jefferson traffic, Cessna 38 Echo is going around runway 9 Jefferson, right? The last thing you want to do is communicate. So fly the plane first, figure out where you are, and then communicate to the rest of the other pilots in the area, and be safe. In the IFR world, we have the C's cram, climb, clean, course, and then call. And you notice that the last one, again, is call. Communicate is the last thing you should be focusing on. Fly the plane first. In conclusion, we talked about go-arounds. What is a go-around? It's a decision to abort a landing and go around, literally. We should be making that a common thing that we do. It's not an emergency procedure. It should be very comfortable, and we want to add power, pitch for your best climb, trim the aircraft, bring your flaps up, bring your gear up, and then navigate, figure out where you are, and then finally communicate. So aviate, navigate, communicate. So that about covers it for our go-arounds discussion. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I would love to answer them. Thanks for watching. See ya.